Okay, so when you have your untitled form, you can give the title questionnaire or questions about my class. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how to use the form generally. So I'm going to generate some questions, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is the form, right? So I can say this is where you have our questions. You can add an image if you want to. You have bold, italics, all these ones, and you can set a link. Alright, then you have the type of question. Currently is on multiple choice, which means that, let me say I want to ask the person your gender. I can ask you, okay, male or female. Now this allows the person to choose only one. Alright, choose only one or prefer not to say. So it's automatically somehow, if you notice that I need type female and prefer not to say, automatically generates it for me, because it predicts what I possibly want to write based on the question gender. Alright, so then the question will not go to be gender. So now we have other kind of questions. You can duplicate this question. Alright, so help you to reuse. You can delete the question. You can make this question required. By required, it means that the user or the person that responds to the question, we have to we have to answer the question by one means necessary. Alright, person cannot proceed or submit the form if this question is not answered. So you can do this and make it required. Alright, so you can add a description for this particular question and other kind of things. So you have add question, that's to add more questions. You can import questions if you have a database, preferably Excel sheet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has to be a form sheet. Okay, so we're not importing questions anyway. So you can add a title and description for a form if not being. So that's that. Then I can decide now I've added this title. Now this is like more or less like a title for this question. I can move this one to the top, so whereby anybody that sees this title, this title, so let me see, this will be for let's say it's for personal information. Alright, this is personal information, so I come here and type personal information. So I'll just tell the person that, okay, tell me about yourself, tell me about you. Okay, so this is just a short question, so I can start by asking, what's your name? The question mark. I can change this from multiple choice to short answer. Short answer will limit the person's response, but mostly it's good to use paragraph so the person can write as many names as possible. Then the next one I can add is your age. So I come here to add the question. Now when it comes to age, alright, when it comes to age, people prefer to use range. Alright, people prefer to use range. I don't know how you want to do yours, so you can say you can put here 10 to 15. Alright, you can say 15 to 20. You can say not 15, rather 16. So you can say 21 to 25. Alright, and you can say 26 to 30. You can say 31 to 35, and so on and so forth. 30. And this is obviously, age is something that there can only be one, right? So it has to be within that age. So you can say 36 to 40. We'll stop here. So this is it. So this is the age range. I can also make this question required, but I'll leave this one first. Alright, so we have multiple choice. I've chosen multiple choice now. So the next one I can also choose is gender. So I can just duplicate this one. Alright, then type gender. Okay, and I can delete all these responses. I can just come here, click X, remove. and then type here male. And once I click add option, you can see we have suggestions here. Female, rather not say other. I can just click on add all, and it add all for me. I can click on this cancel, try not to say. I think that would be better. So now that I've gotten that, so we have occupation. Okay, so let me say I add occupation to it. Okay, so the person can just, if I have a list of occupations that's okay, these are the people that can answer my questions, fine, I can use multiple choice. Alright, or I can use a checkbox. So let's check, but let's say I'm a STEM instructor. Okay, I'm a computer scientist, I'm a data analyst. Okay, we have lecturer, programmer. Now this is going to enable the students, or rather the person that answered the question, to choose more than one occupation. Let's say the person is working in multiple places, so you can choose more than one occupation, and I can add order, and the person is going to type in the job description. Okay, so the person can choose any of these options, or rather more than one of these options. You can choose all of them and even add more. All right, so that's that. So now we have and let's go to a more detailed. You know what to do there anyway. Now let's go to a more detailed, so we can come here and add a title. Alright, you can add a title here. So let's go to section. So let's use section this time. So we have section 2. Now section background information as this one. Background information. Okay, so alright, because I don't have a section here, so if I say okay, so I can give a validation to this. I said okay, I want you to only select 2 options, don't select more than 2. Alright, so you can either select one and then order, you can type in your distance, or you can select any of these courses, but don't select more than 2. I'll come here to response validation. Alright, so you click response validation here and select at most. We have at least, so which means that you cannot select anything less than the number I put there. So at most it must be or exactly this. So I say at most, so you only have a maximum of 2 or 3. Let me make it 3. And if it's, I'll say you have already selected 3 options. Okay, I can tell the person that you have already selected 3 options, and that will be enough for the person. Okay, so we can go to the next session if you want to, and you have some other questions, and basically that is just it anyways. So I can see, put this question here: how comfortable are you with computers? So I can choose a radio button, so we can use this. Sorry, I have I can copy one of the questions. Very comfortable. So you can see the range now. It automatically picked a range for me, like now it's going to pick 1 to 5. All right, so I can put here this 1 to 5 now. Okay, very comfortable. And then the last one is 5. At 5 is going to be not comfortable at all, so I can put it to even 10. So it's going to scale it for me. Okay, for between 1 to 10 are very comfortable, and then you're not comfortable at all. So when you're scaling it, it's going to give me the accurate stuff. Okay, so the next one you can do is you can add let's say you want to add a date. All right, so when do you want to schedule a meeting for the class? All right, so this is how the scale comes in. The person will select it's the way it's comfortable. When you schedule the class, we want to choose a date. So I'll come here and we have we have paragraph, we have used checkbox, we've not used drop down. You can use file upload. If you want us to upload a file, you can do that. You have linear scale, which you just did now. We have multiple grid choice. We don't need this one for now. And tick box, that's the same checkbox there. Alright, then we have date and time. So I can put a date here. So by putting date here, it's good. The person will be able to select a day, month, and year. Alright. When we want to schedule, okay. So I can ask you what time will you be available for the proposed dates. So you see that I put the date, but I want to use time. The person will choose a time there. So that this now I'm done with the form. So I can now ask the person any other comments. Alright, so the person is going to give me comments. So now I've not titled my form, right? Questions about my class. I come here and copy it. Alright, and I use it as name as my form. Okay, paste it already. So now I have my responses. So now I can come here. I have session 1 and session 2. Okay, so after session 2, I can submit the form. So I can now come here and click on the send button. Now the send button, I can send it through their mails. Alright, I can include form in a mail, or I can come here and use the link. By using the link here, I can shorten the link, so the link becomes too short, it not becomes too long, but the same link. So when I copy this now, alright, and let's say I paste it somewhere around here, come here and I paste the form, paste it here, I will be able to see the form, I'm able to fill it. Alright, so I can fill the form successfully. Alright, you can see the questions that are required is this one, what's your name, and this is personal information, tell me about yourself. And you can see all this. I can select, you see that, you see you have selected 3 options. You see that, so it will require me to remove one. If I come and click order, I can type in here housekeeper. Alright, so that's that. I have gender or professional to say, and you can also clear the form. The person responding will clear the form. You can choose this thing. What's your name? My name is Emmanuel. Alright, so now I have everything filled. Now because this is not required, it is not, I can submit the form without doing that. So I have next. Now I have 2 sessions. That's why I have next here. You notice that the other questions are not added. So I click next now, it takes me to the next part of the question. So I can choose the scale. I am 6/10 or 7/10. So which day? Come here and choose the day. You see the part of the calendar for me. So I can choose this day and which time. So I can come here and say 0 to 15 a.m. See that. Then any other comments? No, thank you. So when I click on the submit button, my response shows thank you, your response has been recorded. Now if you come back to this form, alright, come back to our form, you see we have our response. Okay, and we have this response here. I want to look at something. Responses, see this here, presentation, yeah, confirmation message, your response has been what? Recorded. That's the same thing we saw, your response recorded. If I change it to this now, because I didn't limit it to one response, alright, I didn't limit the response to 1, that's why you can see here submit another response. But assuming that it was limited to 1, the user won't be able to submit what? Another response. So anyway, that's that. I can see my response here. You can see my name is Emmanuel, my response, how old are you? I put this is it, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and how the occupation, so I chose this and then order housekeeper. Alright, so now it asks me how compatible are you with computer, and I use 7. Alright, so I'm 7 what do you call it, yeah. So then I have what day are you available? April 2024 on the 4th, and what time? 2:15 a.m. Okay, so thank you for your response. So anyway, that's that. So I can also link it to Google Sheets. When I need to Google Sheets here, so to create a Google Sheet for me whereby all the responses will be going there. these are the responses. So I'll be able to see all the responses. So anybody that fills the form next time, I can really come here and look at it instead of coming back to the form. So this is more organized. So how comfortable are you with computer? You can see we have 10 there. Alright, and you have all that things there. What day are you available, what time? I say 2 o'clock, 15 o'clock, and no thank you. So thank you very much. That's all for this. Do have a wonderful day.